Hello, and what is going on, everybody? It is I, the Writing Raven, and welcome back to another episode of Raven Raves, the segment in which I talk about things I like in 5 minutes or less. And for anyone new who recently subscribed, I only get 5 minutes because otherwise I'd be here forever, and nobody has time for that. Today, I will be talking about one of my favorite authors, Edgar Allan Poe. So, without further ado, let's begin the timer.
3, 2, 1, go.
Poe was one of the very first inspirations for my writing when I first became a writer. His work is just absolutely beautiful. The way he commands the English language and like even in a way like Shakespeare invented new words in some of his stories. I was always just so blown away by it, the way he just portrayed the darkness and emotion and his imagery. All of it was just so beautiful to me. I read one thing of Poe and I've pretty much been a fan of his ever since. It's one of the reasons I call myself the Writing Raven. The Raven is the poem that really brought him to fame, but he did write a bunch of stuff before that. And a lot of it is very, very good. The Cask of Amontillado, The Pit and the Pendulum, Murders in the Rue Morgue. That one was interesting. Twist ending that I really did not see coming, but hey, it's Poe. Expect the weird. I have 3 copies of his books, 2 completes and 1 of collections. One of them actually even has the pages in the wrong order, which is funny. There was even, I don't know how many people know this, but there was also a Broadway production that ran for only a few months about Poe. It was called Nevermore, The Mysterious Life and Imaginary Death of Edgar Allan Poe. I never got to see it, which really sucks, but I have the entire audio recording downloaded on my phone. I'm pretty sure it's still on iTunes or Apple Music if someone wants to find it, and you can also find the songs on YouTube. It's a brilliant performance. They literally sing his writing. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. They sing Israfel, Dream Within a Dream. There's literally a song of The Raven, which, oh my god. I know I've said that already, but still. Like I said, Poe is just one of my biggest inspirations when it comes to writing. A lot of my writing style is based off of his. That dark, romantic, emotional, sort of draws you in and makes you think kind of prose. Because it really just speaks to me. And yes, I can recite the entire poem of The Raven without looking at the book. Took me a while, but yes, I can do that. As for my favorite poem of his would be The Raven, and another poem of his that I really love is The Bells. Oh, the bells. Hear the loud alarum bells, brazen bells. What a tale of terror now their turbulency tells. In the night, in the startled ear of night, how they scream out their affright, too much horrified to speak. They can only shriek out of tune in a clamorous appealing to the mercy of the fire and a mad expostulation with the deaf and frantic fire leaping higher with a desperate desire and a resolute endeavor. Now sit never, etc. of the bells in the clamor and the clangor of the bells. You can't tell me that doesn't sound awesome. And yes, I did skip half the stanza because I really don't have the time, but seriously, if you guys have not read Poe, what the heck are you doing with your lives? There was also in 2012 a movie based off of Poe that called The Raven that had that followed a serial killer copying the deaths in Poe's stories, and they actually the police had to go to Edgar in order to basically as a consultant to help catch the killer. One of the things that is so amazing about Poe is that the last few days before his death have been lost to history. And believe me, before Doctor Who went so downhill, I was waiting for the episode that would explain those last few days before his death. But now I am terrified because of what they did to Frankenstein. That is all the time I have. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And also make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe with notifications on so you do not miss your weekly therapy session or you will be charged. And also remember, When you do subscribe, your first session is free. You can also find links to all of mine and my husband's socials in the description below, including our merch and our Discord server called The Clinic. And if you want to check out my Wattpad, you can find a link with among all the others. One of my Wattpad stories has a lot of references to Edgar Allan Poe, one of the major inspirations I took from him regarding the Raven. If you want to check that out, it's on my Wattpad. You can go find it in the link in the description. But yeah, that's all I've got for you today. Unfortunately, we're going to be a little busy this coming Sunday, so there may not be a psychosynopsis. Otherwise, stay tuned for new videos next week, and we'll see you in the next one. Gothic Therapy, out.
I am Dracula.
Now available only on Wattpad.